Good evening, everyone. Missouri lawmakers want to invest in nuclear power, and the U.S. administration wants to help. Missouri is entering into an agreement with the federal government to speed up the development of energy projects. Hannah Falcon spoke to the governor about how he hopes the plan could help Missouri.
Governor Kehoe met with members of the Trump administration here at the Callaway Nuclear Power Plant because he says this federal program will help fast track more nuclear power plants like this one in order to meet Missouri's ever-growing energy demands. With the signing of this memorandum of understanding, Missouri becomes part of Fast 41, a federal program designed to streamline the authorization process for large-scale infrastructure projects. In short, it cuts down on the bureaucratic stuff so states can get to building.
Federal government's looking for partners who want to get things built.
Emily Domenech is the White House counterpart for the program. She explains the program can be used for a number of things depending on a state's needs. In Missouri, that's power.
So in Missouri, y'all are really focused on building nuclear energy, making sure you have that dispatchable power that you need to power your economy. And it's a great partnership for the projects that the president sees as critical across the country.
As the future goes for my kids and grandkids, I need to make sure that they're able to power their lives, their schools, their businesses. And we've seen this is a great example of how reliable energy can work.
Because of technological expansions, especially AI, the United States is seeing an increased demand for energy, the likes of which has not happened since the invention of the air conditioner. But Kehoe says this is more than just data centers.
But this helps power multiple things. Nuclear can help power people's lives for generations, not just a project like a data center or a widget manufacturer or an automotive company.
There are no official plans for a new power plant just yet. Even with this program, a new project of that scale could be many years off in the future. Reporting in Callaway County, I'm Hannah Falcon.